Who's trained harder? Who has more professional mettle? Who desires this business more? Oh, walks into a left hand from McGrail, and the hand speed of the Nazi sailor who shoved down. It was such a terrific team that Rob McCracken took to Tokyo. But Peter McGrail, before they went, he didn't medal. Before they went, he was top of every promoter's list. Everybody wanted him. And you can see why. When he's on fire, McGrail, he's absolutely super.
Shots back to the body.
I just think when Masoud holds the centre of the ring, either feint or throw a shot. Don't just let Peter McGrail then push you back. You've done the hard work. You're in a position where you need to be. That was a lovely right hand.
Beautiful right hand from Shabaz Masoud, who's having the best round of the fight so far. Body shots back from McGrail, who's brought plenty of fans from Staffordshire.
Oh, nice right hook there from Shabaz.
Yeah, it's just more of a rhythm, isn't there, to the work on Masoud.
And Barry Smith absent of the corners tonight. He actually had an injury earlier, believe it or not. Fell down the stairs, was rushed to hospital, but he's here ringside somewhere. I'd just seen him.
I was just thinking, where's Barry? Because I had a drink with him earlier, a coffee. Where'd he go? Oh, here, remember that? He defended his world title. That was up at the casino in the square. Oh. Good shot there from Shabaz Masoud. He's hurt there, McGrail, just for the first time in the fight, in the 9th round.
And again,
back he comes, McGrail. Here we go. Body shots from Masoud.
He's hurt.
McGrail against hurt. And he might go down here. Peter McGrail's got to hold on. A minute into the 9th round. Lee Wiley saying turning round. Definitely hurt to the body, McGrail. And he's been stopped before.
Terrible moments these for McGrail. He's looking hurtful. Punishing is Masoud. Can't miss at the minute either. The shot's raining in from all angles.
I don't think he recovered from that uppercut earlier in the round.
I think he's still very, very hazy, Peter McGrail. But he had one of them, but Shabaz Masoud has won a collection of rounds. Back comes McGrail and needs to. May well go the full 12.
He's got to jab that body more, McGrail. He had real good success a few rounds ago. Whenever he's done that, just complaining the shot to the back of the head.
Oh, what's going to happen here? There's a point off, and McGrail didn't need that at this stage. A point off from referee Giuseppe Quateroni. And Peter McGrail, well, Matt might now find himself a couple of rounds down. More, the point off, I think, could be crucial.
Yeah, that could be huge.
Close fight.
It really was. There was some brilliant boxing from both. The way that Masoud navigated himself through the middle rounds, that could be the difference. Like you said, there was a very good start from Pete McGrail. He finished the fight for the last 2 rounds anyway, but there was a big chunk of that middle part of the fight that Masoud controlled. Could that be the difference?
I absolutely love watching Peter McGrail. He's a bundle of energy. The first 3 or 4 rounds, I thought he was brilliant. I'm not sure he did enough in the middle. The point off, I think Shabaz Masoud might just nick this and become a European champion. But whatever happens, it was a cracking watch.
And maybe fortunate not to get a point taken away of his own Masoud at the end, because that shot in the back of the head was thrown and aimed right at the back of his head. But what a performance from both fighters.
And look at the respect between the two. It's just why we tune in and watch this wonderful sport week in, week out.
I tell you what, the body language from both, they both look like winners to me. You know, I think from what I'm seeing and from the camps, they both feel they've done enough to win this.
And I tell you what, whoever gets it, the other will come back. We could have a rematch. They've both got exciting 2026s ahead, and they both learned something from this as well. Very well matched, real 50-50, and it was exactly that.
And I think without the point, I think it would be money on a draw right now, if I'm perfectly honest. I think if he didn't have the point taken out, we've got a draw. It seems like 6 rounds each.
The point taken off. Will that be the demon in Peter McGrail's head tonight? Or will the judges be kind for the all-out aggression and the quality he showed early on in the fight? Or will Ben Davison get a winner? He lost with Pat McCormack. Shabaz Masoud, will he remain undefeated? Who's European champion, David?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action here in Monte Carlo, Monaco, we go to the judges' score totals. Freddie Rafa, 116-111. Uwe Lorca, 115-112. And Vladislav Kadikas, 114-113. All for your winner by unanimous decision. He's still undefeated and the new European Super Bantamweight Champion, Shabaz Maverick Masoud.
Unanimous by 5, by 3, and by 1. I think that's the right winner. Shabaz Masoud is the European Super Bantamweight Champion. Maybe wider than one or two of you might have had. Peter McGrail with that point off, of course, as well. But for me, Masoud deserved it, and he remains undefeated. But McGrail could come again.
Absolutely, and you can't argue with that. It was close, no doubt. Those middle rounds when he sort of recovered, didn't he? After that fast start from McGrail, he just controlled it, didn't he? Done really, really well, Masoud. And for sure, McGrail can come back. But this man here, European champion, he'll push on to bigger and better things, Adam.
The cards by 3, by 1, yeah, by 5, a bit unfair for McGrail.
Yeah, I think, but as I heard that card, I knew Shabaz had got it. When I saw the 116, 111, it was almost like there's only going to be one winner from that one, because that's probably the way it went. Not that far, but he probably just edged him out in those middle rounds.
Masoud with the quality punches over the course of 12. Right winner, and Jamie's with him.
Shabaz Masoud. Shabaz, congratulations, European champion. How does that sound, and how does this victory feel here tonight in Monte Carlo?
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say, all praise be to Allah. With Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nothing is impossible. And you know what? It was a wicked fight. I know I was up against it as well. People had me as the favourite, but I know Peter's pedigree, and even fighting in there with him, I could see what he was doing. He's a very skillful fighter, so credit to him as well.
You believed it would be your ring IQ which would win you the fight tonight. What do you believe made you the superior man in here through 12 rounds?
I said that, man. I said about the IQ. Before I walked in, I was saying to my coach, Lee Wiley, the man with the laptop, I was saying, yo, I'm going to box like Floyd today with my jab. And he goes, you actually did as well, so.
Fast start from Peter McGrail. You've been out the ring for a little over a year here tonight, Shabaz. Were you surprised by the pace of the start he made tonight?
You know what, I'm a seasoned professional. I've been 12 rounds. I know when to pick it up, how to start. And a lot of the time when I start, I just take information in. And over the rounds, it just started getting easier and easier, so alhamdulillah.
And after European comes world. We know you've got big plans in this sport, Shabaz. What percentage do you think we've seen of you so far in this story?
Shout out my boy Cameron Vong over there as well. And I just want to say, I've got big plans, man. I've won the IBO world title last year. I won the EBU. This could have been for the British, but it was in Monaco, so it couldn't get on the line. But alhamdulillah, the thing is, I'm struggling making Super Bantam. I don't mind moving up. Anyone for a world title. And I know Nick Ball's world champion at featherweight. So if he wants some, let's get some, man.
If it is Super Bantam, would the Maverick fancy a shot at the monster, Naoya Inoue?
100%. I'm in here to box world champions and top guys. If I could box Inoue, I'd box him for all the belts. He's one of the pound-for-pound best. But I respect him, but everyone's beatable. But I would like to move up eventually as well. I struggle making the weight, and there's another British world champion at the weight above, Nick Ball. He's from their gym as well. I'd love that fight.
What a fight that would be. Let's bring in promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, firstly, do you believe the right man won tonight in the main event?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, it was such a high-level fight. It was a world-class fight. Like you said, McGrail started really well. He had an early lead, and Shabaz just went through the gears. I felt like the inactivity would play a part. Maybe he needed those rounds, and I thought he was fantastic in the middle and late rounds. Peter rallied well in the 12th, but it was a great performance. And, you know, as he joked to me in there, he said, we've come a long way since Jose San Martin. And you probably don't remember that. A lot of people, it was like a mediocre performance.
I was killed on TV.
Exactly. and I said, we need better, and we got better. The Liam Davis victory was massive. And that Peter McGrail victory as well, that's massive. That's 2 top 10 guys he's beaten. And, you know, respect to both for taking the fight in the first place. And, you know, the only natural step after that European Championship is a shot at the world title. You know, unfortunately, or fortunately, all the belts are held by one man, which is Inoue, who was in this ring last year, and I called him out for Akhmadaliev. And listen, this guy's a serious fighter, but this is what they aspire to be. You know, I've heard Inoue is a massive fan of Stoke. So, you know, whether he wants to make the trip over there as well, we'll see. But
listen, I don't know if he's got it in him for a cold, rainy night in Stoke.
But that is, you know, as he said, we'll have to talk to Ben about the move to 126 pounds as well. But, you know, I'd love him to get a shot at that World Championship. If it means moving up and taking on some big domestic fights at world level. Nick Ball, great fighter as well, great fighter.
I need to move up, Eddie, man. Everyone's saying you're too skinny. If I pack a bit of muscle on with them punches, you know what's going to happen, man.
That'd be a serious fight against Nick Ball as well.
Oh, yeah, look, you know, I mean, not many people are going to want to take on Shabaz. They know his skill, they know his quality, and I think you're going to see him punching harder at 126 pounds as well. So it's a little bit about strategy now, but, you know, it's been a little bit of a frustrating year after that great Liam Davis win, but what a way to end it. You know, a massive win. Respect to Peter McGrail, he'll be back, but tonight belongs to Shabaz Masoud.
Shabaz, final message in closing tonight?
Massive thank you to Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, The Zone, and a massive special shout out to my team, Ben Davison, Lee Wiley, my Uncle Mo, my dad. My dad's been behind me since the start, my whole family, Jumbo. But I want to give a massive, like, special to Mr. Wiley, Lee Wiley. His mum passed away this year, and this fight's dedicated to her because he comes straight back to camp and he stayed with me and he put the work in with me. So I appreciate you and thank you for everything.
Great words, Shabaz. Congratulations. We look forward to what is next. Eddie, final one to you as we let Shabaz, he's got to make his way over.